Senate Democrats have voted over 10 times to fully fund the TSA, while Republicans have voted against that funding every single time. Republicans have said they are willing to fund the TSA only if Democrats will fully fund Donald Trump's ICE agents who spend their days in America ruining people's lives.
My name is Fernando Hernandez Garcia, except it's not. That's my name that I have to use to protect mine and my family's safety. Over 1 year ago, my life has completely changed. One morning, my little sister woke up and told my parents that her head hurt. My parents took this very seriously because the year before, she had an emergency surgery to remove a tumor. My parents and my 5 siblings got in the car and drove from South Texas to Houston so she could see a specialist at Texas Children's Hospital. On the way, government officials stopped them at the checkpoint and deported everyone, even though my parents told them about my sister's condition, even though my siblings are U.S. citizens. I was visiting relatives out of state when I received a call from my parents that they had been detained and would soon be deported. I remember this day like it was yesterday because it was the last day I remember feeling like a kid. When I heard the news, I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what I was going to do. My mom worried about me returning to our home in South Texas alone, but I had to finish high school, and I wanted to make sure I could do everything in my power to stay on top of the bills and keep the home my mom and dad had sacrificed so much for. When I call my mom, she tells me how my sister can't get the treatment she needs in the rural part of Mexico they're in because she isn't a Mexican citizen. How she's getting worse by the day, having a lot of the same medical issues she had when the brain tumor was diagnosed. She has a novel medical condition that needs specialized care. You can say all you want about these awful immigration policies don't impact U.S. citizens, but that's a lie. My family was ripped apart from me and my future along with them.
Back with us is Senator Gary Peters, the top Democrat on the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Senator Peters, that sets up what has been the standoff in the United States Senate. Democrats willing to fully fund TSA, trying to pass bills repeatedly to fully fund TSA. Republicans opposing, voting against it every single time, voting against it every time. Everyone standing in a line in an airport has to know Republicans voted against funding TSA every single time you brought it up. And they are doing it because they want more money for the people who did that to his family.
That's absolutely right. And that's what we're pushing against. We're pushing against what we just heard. We're pushing against the actions that we've seen by ICE, brutal actions against U.S. citizens. Certainly the horrendous attacks in Minnesota with citizens, the killing of 2 citizens, that we want to make sure that there are guardrails put in place, that federal agents can't engage in these types of activities. And so we have this appropriations bill. And let's be clear, ICE is already fully funded because of the big bill that passed last year. They have more money than they need. Republicans want to give them even more money so that they can continue these types of activities. And they're basically holding TSA, FEMA, the Coast Guard, as well as CISA, our cybersecurity agency, hostage. They're saying, no, we aren't going to fund those agencies unless you give us more money for ICE, which already has plenty of money to do what they're doing. And we're saying no more money unless we can get some guidelines in place. And our guidelines are basically saying that when federal agents are on the roads, they can't engage in activities outside of what we expect of our local police, the same kind of rules and guidelines. And Republicans are saying no to that. But to your point, they say we want to open TSA. Well, we've put bills forward, unanimous consent, saying we'll fully fund TSA. Republicans object. We've done that. I believe that's over 10 times just for TSA. But we've also done that for FEMA at a time where we're looking at natural disasters. We did it for CISA, and this is one very close to me. CISA is our cybersecurity protection agency. We're at war with Iran. If you think about what our number one threat is to the homeland is Iranian cyber attacks. They're very good at that. We need to be protected from that. And we've tried to fund CISA, and Republicans have said, no, we're not going to fund CISA unless we have no restrictions at all on what ICE is engaged in. But I also want to make a point, because I think it's really important. Before even the funding cuts that we've had to CISA, or the unwillingness for Republicans to let us fund it, they actually cut 1/3 of all of the cyber professionals have been cut, basically fired, downsized, at a time where we're facing outsized threats from Iran for cyber threats. They're making the country less safe, and they're unwilling to fund these agencies, and that they're blaming Democrats when it's clearly on them. We will put those bills up again tomorrow if we can. We can fund TSA tomorrow as long as Republicans don't object. We can fund FEMA tomorrow if Republicans don't object. We can fund the Coast Guard tomorrow if they don't object. CISA, and yet they're going to object because they want to hold it hostage so they can get even more money for ICE to engage in the activities that we're seeing across this country. The vast majority of the American people think that is unacceptable.
Senator Gary Peters, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.